Howdy, everybody. Welcome on into the cargo bay where it's time for a little bit of hobby talk.
Hobby talk.
How are you, BC?
I'm doing pretty good. AB, how are you?
I feel like I am not going to be able to make it through this episode. But luckily, we got this beautiful document you made.
Listen. This entire thing is held together by the document. Most of the time, mentally, I'm not really here. You're not really here, but the document is what keeps us going. It's here. We are going to be talking a little bit of a Bad Batch. We're always timely here on the Cargo Bay with our monthly releases and talking about episodes and things that have happened in the recent past. Bad Batch Season 3, the final Bad Batch season, just came out with the first 3 episodes, so that just kicked off. So we'll talk a little Bad Batch collecting, maybe.
Nice.
We got some comments. We got a little detour in the Smokers Lounge. A new feature of the Cargo Bay, permanent, baby. We'll see.
I love it.
Yeah, direct from Topps as always.
I timed that.
Yeah, you timed it good. You timed it good because I didn't have anything else to say. I just ran out. Because the doc, I ended my guideline on the doc. I was like, that's the words I got.
I gotta advance the slide.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. I've now lost our window.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I'm gonna move us over here, which means this is gonna be one of those episodes where I don't make eye contact, quote unquote, with you. All right.
Yeah.
We're here. It's not working because I adjusted the size of the window, which
causing some technical difficulties in the Cargo Bay.
We're set. BC, I recognize all of these releases here.
Yeah. We've got, because I know you and I think we both picked up the first appearance cards of the Bad Batch.
Yes, indeed.
In an eBay, it was an eBay Topps exclusive.
That was weird.
That Dark Border Bad Batch set. Yeah, it wasn't through the Topps website. It was through eBay. So it was like a print-on-demand thing. I don't believe there were parallels in any of those. I think it was just like it's a 10-card set. You got the Bad Batch. You got some of the characters. That's the first cards that they appeared on. You can pick it up for pretty freaking cheap.
Yeah,
on the old eBay. And then, of course, they've appeared in other sets. I reached out to one of the biggest Bad Batch collectors that I know. Shout out Sean. We'll see some of his personal collection here in just a second. But said, hey, point me in the right direction. If we're looking at Bad Batch collecting, what are we talking about? And then he said, well, there's that Finest insert set, which I completely forgot about, which was, I believe, 22 Finest, where they've got the Bad Batch character cards and they've got the name of the show right there on the card. So there's all character cards with the Bad Batch logo imprinted on it, which is a really cool, character card insert set from Finest. There's 22 Chrome Galaxy as the character cards, which is what that Wrecker is from. And then there's a really cool Omega and Hunter when they did that bubblegum wrapper from Topps, and you got
the Luthen.
the Luthen, which I'm still jealous of because that's an amazing card. I forgot about the Andor ones that came out of that. I kind of missed the boat on those wrapper ones.
Yeah, they're satisfying. I also have the Mando and the Grogu. I got the ones just from Mando. They're cool looking, but they were like $20 a piece on release, and I got that real sick feeling in my stomach when even though I really liked those cards when they came in, I was like, this was $40.
This was too much.
That's stupid. I should have just gotten the Luthen. Of course, this was separated over a period of months, I believe. Yeah. But, they're cool cards. There are parallels, though. That's kind of, I guess, what I was chasing. Yep. You got the foil, and I think there's another variant. Maybe just the foil.
Yeah, there might be. I think there might be 2, but I'm not sure. But just a few cool shout outs in terms of Bad Batch cards that are out there.
Yeah.
Do you have any cards or did you try to collect any cards outside of that original set that were specifically Bad Batch?
Yeah, I have all the Bad Batch in green from that finest set, just like the base cards
Oh,
in green parallels. Because when we opened a box of finest, my pull was an autographed Hunter in the green wave
oh,
parallel. So
yeah.
only the autographs had that green wave, and then I got the greens to match it to have the full set of Bad
Oh,
Batch.
nice. Okay, that's a nice little haul there.
Yeah, not
Well,
bad.
not bad, Batch. Um,
Oh,
it's
we're
the
back,
humor that keeps
Lacey.
them. I'm telling you, it's the humor that keeps them coming back, baby. This episode of Cargo Bay brought to you by Rockstar.
Hell yeah! Hey, I'm a little bitty down here. I'm only just pretend it's a beer.
Where do you stand on Bad Batch as a program?
I'm glad that like it makes me happy that you said this is the last season. That feels correct to me. I just feel it's been a little stretched out. There have been a few episodes where I've been like, this is great. And then there's a lot of times where I'm just like, man, this is a long episode about. I mean, I'm not the target audience. You know, I feel like it's aimed a little younger. But I like the Bad Batch, and I think the further we get away from it, the more fondness there will be for it, because you know it's kind of a cool, weird thing that happened, I guess.
It is. Yeah, it's I don't know that we were necessarily expecting it, but we got it because it was like it was a backdoor pilot basically in that seventh season of Clone Wars, where they're like, "Here's the Bad Batch," and you're like, "What is this?" They're like, "It's a TV show that's gonna be coming out soon that we're putting in our final season of Clone Wars." But yeah, I'm happy it exists. I feel kind of the same way. There's some episodes that are like, but there's some really good Star Wars in some of it. So
yeah, the lighting is beautiful in that show. Lots of flashlights. They look really good.
I watched the first 3. I'm not going to spoil anything except for Project Necromancer. Definitely brought up. It is the darkest animation I've ever seen. Like there are shots in these 3 episodes where it's literally just like the light is just on the side, like a sliver on the side of the character's face.
Didn't take the
note. Yeah, it's like, how dark can we make this? Like how low?
Literally.
There are times I'm like, are they using this animation to just push low lighting technology in animation forward and CGI? Because like it's all throughout those first 3 episodes. I'm like, this is the darkest thing I've ever seen. Like I can make out that there are figures standing there, but it's like, can we light 6% of each figure with just a little bit of natural lighting? And they're doing it. I'm like, that's great. I can't see shit, but I'm sure the animation looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's wild how dark it is. And tonally, some of the episodes too are pretty pretty adult in theme.
I'm forgetting about that there are moments in the show where it's been like, oh, okay, all right.
Are we heavy?
Are we going to redeem Crosshair after he has murdered children or whatever? Like
they're absolutely working on redeeming Crosshair.
I kind of hate that.
Savagely murdering children.
I kind of hate that, but okay.
I have mixed feelings about it. Kind of like the Kylo Ren redemption, where they're like, he's a good guy. You're like, well, he killed like 1 billion people. I don't know.
That's why I was glad Kylo died right after he died. Yeah. It's like, all right, sure, we can have some deathbed redemption, but I don't want the adventures of mass murder.
Guess what? I'm a good guy now, and you all can feel really cool. Yeah. But
who's your favorite Bad Batch? PC?
I'm a record. I'm a record
nice
guy through and through. Yeah. A buffoon with a heart of gold resonates with me for some reason. I don't know.
Nice.
It's like looking in a mirror sometimes.
Did you? I have one. This is my question.
Yeah.
Was that backdoor pilot the peak of the Bad Batch? Because when I went back and watched that episode, I was like, "Oh, this is fun. It's really good."
I feel like there's probably an arc or two within the first 2 seasons that that are good. I just like I can't summon them to my brain that quickly. Like I watch them and then they kind of wash right out.
Yeah.
So
This
I
is
know.
gonna
I mean,
be really fun for me to. I think I'm gonna enjoy this show much more in like 10 years. You know?
it'll be a fun revisit. I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, and it goes pretty quick too because it'll only be 3 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna cut that down to about 12 essential episodes if I can help. That's good.
Just the headcanon episodes, please.
Yeah. Should I advance the document?
Advance the document.
Ooh.
This is from Sean's Bad Batch PC. He did point out, and I forgot about this, that the Masterwork that year, they had all of the different Bad Batch characters where they were all signed by D Baker.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So you can get your Hunter, your Echo, your Tech, your Wrecker, all signed by the same person, which I think is really funny. Get the living set, of course.
I might have grabbed all the living sets of the Bad Batch. I know I meant to, but I may have missed the Hunter. I know I have the Crosshair and the Tech at least.
I thought about it, and I definitely don't have all of them. Yeah. So I need to go back because I was like, "Oh, that'd be it's just 6 cards, bing bang boom, you're done on your main characters from the Bad Batch." And then there's the cards from Chrome Galaxy that are pretty cool too. So
I love seeing those mojos.
I love a nice mojo, man. Love a good mojo. But yeah, they're popping up in pretty much everything. They're in all sorts of just regular Topps products now. But go out, if you're interested in Bad Batch, go check out the eBay. These are pretty cheap for Bad Batch stuff. If you like that sort of thing, I will say I've got some hesitation about the next slide because I haven't really thought this out. But maybe we can just hash it out on air, Okay. So if you want to progress,
I just want to take one last take this in one last time. That's a pretty group of Bad Batch cards. I like that.
It's just a small sampling.
Oh, BC, your Bad Batch collection of my. I'll let you talk about it.
This is my BC sketch card from way back in the day. These were the Bad Batch I did. This was, I think, when the first season came out.
Yeah.
When I was still streaming art on Twitch.
Come back, BC. Come back.
Maybe come back. But I think I've been thinning out all of those sketch cards as they've just been sitting here collecting dust. I think what I want to do is I want to give all of these bad boys away in one fell swoop to one lucky Cargo Bay viewer. If you're interested in
I think you should give it to an American Talkers viewer exclusively.
Hey, if you're sad that we're not talking about motorcycle today, drop a Bad Batch in the comments and you'll be entered to win these 5 BC sketch cards. Figure if anyone's interested in them, you can email us. You can drop a Bad Batch in the comments, and then we'll do like a random giveaway or
spin the wheel.
We'll spin the wheel, or if there's only one person, we'll still spin the wheel, but you'll just know that it's going to be you.
I reckon there's going to be more than one person entering this.
I don't think so, but we'll find out. We'll see. I figured we'll do it at the end of this season as the finale of the Bad Batch.
Beautiful.
And do that. Give those sketch cards maybe a new loving home because they've been sitting in a box with me for a couple years now.
Well, that's pretty rad, BC. You heard the man. Write the comment. We'll put you on a wheel. We'll spin it.
We're really good at spinning wheels.
Yeah, we used to. That's used to be the whole show was spinning a wheel.
This was the exclusive content copyright patent that we were trying to get, was spinning the wheels. And they're like, Wheel of Fortune,
Yeah.
And then
things got litigious.
They famously litigious. So we had to bow out. Had to bow out of the wheel spinning game, but we might bring it back for this.
We had to bow wow.
We had to bow wow. We had to do a little bow wow.
Wow. All right. Hey, we got some comments here, VC.
Hey, we had people being nice to us in the comments.
Love that.
Which is thank the maker. Blaster Boys are back, baby. We got a welcome back. I just wanted to say that warmed the cockles of my heart. So thank you all for sending the welcome back in the comments. We always appreciate it. We got a couple actual comments. Free at M86 says, I really like the 2023 Galaxy art, but man, you can't beat the 2021 design. You sure can't.
Yeah.
That's where it was at. I'd love for borderless and 2021 backgrounds to be brought back, but I'm not holding my breath. Solid picks for your top 5. Only difference is that I have 1980 Empire Strikes Back Series 1 on mine.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really dig the Empire Strikes Back set, and it's definitely a great shout out. I mean, I think if I were to cheat even more than I did on my first list, I would have just said all original trilogy vintage cards in the one spot.
I've got a bone to pick with the Return of the Jedi cards. I do like them, but the total lack of vehicles or space battles,
it's not great.
Knocks it out of my top 5, that's for sure.
Knocks it out. But yeah, I had forgot what that was in response to. But it was our top 5 from the past week. Also, shout out to our set guides. Go listen to us talk in the past about what we thought about the Empire Strikes Back Series 1. Spoiler alert, we dug it.
Our brains were probably a little younger back then, maybe a little less falling apart. I'll speak for myself. I am not currently great. Can you hear that?
I heard something.
Okay,
but then I got like noise. Noise
canceled. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone's banging on something out there. Anyway, what I'm saying is that my brain is falling apart faster than it should be. So those are probably better episodes.
To that I say, what brain? And our brains are gonna go even wonkier here in just a second. Smokers Lounge. But before we do, we've got Craig Setzer 1991. Shout out Craig. And I'm now regretting that I added such a long comment, but I'm gonna get through it. Thanks for posting this extremely fun and interesting video. You're welcome. Loved it. Would it be out of place for me to list some honorable mentions for Star Wars sets? Absolutely not. That's what the comments are for.
This is ideal.
Excellent use. Yep. Jedi Legacy has some awesome prop relics. I believe that also is Jedi Legacy the one with the fur of the Ewoks in it?
I think that's the Ewok fur set.
The creepiest insert of all time, where they just skin those Ewoks alive and put their fur in a trading card.
I wish they were like Imperial branded cards.
Yeah. It would be cool if they're like from the Empire.
The Ewok.
Whoa! Yeah. The Empire came back and exacted their revenge on the bears. Illustrated, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back has artwork of scenes not in the movies but in the radio drama. Shout out to our radio drama podcast from like 2 years ago or something at this point. With our one of our good pals from Normies Like Us.
Yeah,
joined us from
Normies.
Joined us on that adventure. Craig also shouted out Masterwork. All of them are awesome to me. High Tech, every card feels like an insert. Stellar, wishing this set or box to be more affordable, but wow, cool autos, including Harrison Ford artist cards.
Yeah.
For some reason, I am drawn to the black and white sets. I kind of forgot about those. I've never had those. I've never had them in hand, but I'm always like, it would be cool to open a box of the black and white at some.
If I had to say that'd probably be near the top of our list for a cargo bay. What do we call it? That cargo hold box.
It would be a good cargo hold box.
We've got a bunch of boxes we are going to open someday if we survive until we see each other again.
Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. The non-color of these cards has the nostalgia look. The vintage blue Starfield are my faves just because that's what I collected when I was a kid. But I also collected Kiss cards as well.
Sick. I have not seen those. I got to look those up.
Amazing. That comment makes me want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Shout out, Craig. I did also want to say thank you to those of you who commented on your enjoyment of the Smokers Corner that we had in that episode. And in honor of that, if you want to hit the next slide, we brought in the Smokers Lounge.
Man, it's so beautiful. Look at this place.
Doesn't it feel like a room you want to light up a cigarette in?
Yeah.
Just an indoor, just fire a dart right inside.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to tone down those oranges a little bit with some haze, you know?
You got to haze it. Yeah, you got to haze it out just a smidge. Now, when we were talking last on our last episode, do we call this an episode?
Yeah.
Are these episodes?
Yeah, okay, I don't know. They're episodes.
On the last episode of the Cargo Bay, you're talking about a theme park of 1970s hotel lobbies, basically. Picked out a good one here. I wanted to just kind of the smoking lounge. I've determined is a way for me to just not talk about trading cards at all for a little bit.
Yeah,
and just a little back and forth here.
I love
it made me think about my own experiences with amusement parks. So, do you have any like early memories of like amusement parks? Did you go to any amusement parks as a young man?
Oh yeah, Magic Springs in Arkansas, of course, was a big part of my life growing up.
Funnily enough, I've never been to Magic Springs.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it used to be a beautiful place. I have very, very early, like, little baby memories, including one ride was just a yellow cage that was on the end of a crane that they would just lift into the sky, and I had a panic attack as a 4-year-old at the top of that because it started blowing in the wind a little bit. And I was no.
I had a similar. I have memories of going to amusement parks. Like there was one in Minnesota. I think it was Valley Fair. I think is what it was called. It's where the Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
It's where the Mighty Ducks skate through. I feel like it's called Valley Fair.
Okay.
And then I definitely went to Six Flags and over St. Louis because I had family in Missouri. But my strongest memory is being at Valley Fair, and it was sort of like I was young. It was like one of these, you get in like a little cart sort of thing, and you end up going circular sort of motion. And I don't know if this was a function of the ride, but when the ride was over, the way that we were unloaded, I remember being upside down, waiting in the queue basically to get off of the ride. So I feel like the ride actually broke because I don't think that was like how
that doesn't seem
that
ideal.
Was supposed to work. Because I just remember kind of being like freaked out as a kid. I'm like, I'm upside down for a long time. Which it never really set a good tone for me in amusement parks going forward.
Yeah,
because I was always the one that was like, I wanted nothing to do with roller coasters. I was a big old baby about roller coasters, and I don't know how I would do with it today, quite frankly.
Really? Maybe I can convert you, BC. I'm a big roller coaster fan for sure.
Okay, you're a thrill ride kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on if it's going to be a vomit-inducing. I'm not about anything that spins around in circles too much. But I thought my dad was really cool. My dad is really cool. But I was definitely a kid growing up who was like, "Dad's cool. I want to do what Dad does." And he liked coasters. I remember Silver Dollar City was like an early roller coaster. But eventually, we got season passes to Magic Springs. And every once in a while, we'd go up on a Tuesday when it was just empty, and we'd ride the Arkansas Twister, which is this wooden coaster. And it was that kind of thing where, like, all day long we could ride it, get off of it, get right back on, and that was incredible. Good stuff.
Because that was the other thing I didn't particularly love about roller coasters was waiting in line forever
that I hate.
To get onto one. Like I would not do well with that because usually it's like a 60 to 90 second experience once you get on it,
Yeah. I was spoiled by that experience to the point where I went to Six Flags out here once waited 30 minutes to do a log ride, and then I walked all the way out of the park down to the road to get an Uber and go home. I was with friends and was like, I'm not wasting my day like this. I'm dying inside. I
will say, I do love a good log ride.
Yeah, log rides.
I can handle a log ride.
We got to go to Magic Springs, do the classic log ride. One of my earliest rides.
I love a good log ride. That's pretty standard, but I don't know. I would be hesitant about a coaster. I'm kind of like freaked out about it.
I've been on some coasters that are pretty terrifying, but I trust roller coasters. They do kill people on occasion. I trust them a lot more. I don't like fair rides, the ones that break down and get set up in a new town. Not that excited about that. But
No. I don't mess with fair rides.
I have not been to Star Wars Land, BC, but maybe I don't want to go because I don't want to wait in lines. But I was working for a company once that there was an event where Universal Studios Florida, I guess, was rented out for the evening for the people associated with this company. And so it was just basically empty Universal Studios. And so I went to get away from everybody who was there. I went the opposite direction, which landed me in Harry Potter land. And I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. But it was surreal to walk into Harry Potter land with the music playing, and I was literally the only person in the park. It was
pretty dope.
It was very, very cool. I rode a roller coaster by myself in the dark, and that was cool.
Solid.
Yeah. Jurassic Park ride was funny.
I feel like
nothing that thrilling at Universal.
I mean, I couldn't say with any certainty what the names of the coasters were, but at Six Flags it was very heavily Warner Brothers branded at that time.
Oh yeah.
So there was the Batman ride and the Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
And they're weird sort of Warner Brother vibes going on there. But
I think they still do that.
I think so too. It's been a hot minute since I've even entertained the idea of an amusement park, and it got me nostalgic last week once you brought up your concept for what the future of an amusement attraction could be.
The one time I was ever out of the country, I went to Blackpool, England, as part of this trip, and Blackpool has a theme park that used to have maybe one of the fastest some big roller coaster, and that one was fine, but the one I remember was called the Iron Brew, which Brew is a soda that is colored orange and tastes like licorice. It is awful. It's apparently very popular in Scotland, but they had an Iron Brew coaster, and the way this thing worked was it was just a ramp that went straight up into the air. And you sat in the roller coaster, and a hydraulic ram just knocked you up straight up into the air, and you twisted and came back down. And you could just feel it. This thing just knocked you up.
Hey, you want to get whacked in the ass? Hop on this thing.
It's truly horrendous. I think that's a pretty popular roller coaster style. Once you were done being knocked, it was fun, I guess. But yeah, weird.
Cool.
That's all I remember about theme parks. Have you been to Disney World, Disneyland?
No,
I went once. I don't like crowds.
Yeah,
I was really unhappy.
I feel like whenever Jamie and I eventually sojourn out your way at some point, we're probably gonna have to take in Disney while we're there. You should not feel obligated.
I'll go with you, and I gotta see the Star Wars land,
Yeah, that's true. I've heard good things about the Millennium Falcon and the Rise of the Resistance experiences.
I'm sure it's rad. Although I bet it will.
Then we can spend $8,000 on souvenirs when we're
we can.
It should be great.
That'll be a load of fun. I'd rather take you to Universal and show you the Waterworld stunt show, because that thing rocks. Yeah,
Amazing.
there's still a running Waterworld stunt show with like a giant pool and boats, so people are getting shot off of platforms high in the air, and
I freaking love that.
it's very good.
Speaking of stunt shows and piggybacking to the big Super Bowl event from a couple weeks ago, my first Super Bowl memory had the Indiana Jones stunt show in it. It was when the Chargers played the 49ers.
Yeah, I saw some footage of that the other day.
It's one of those things where I was like, is that a false memory?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, did that not happen? And then the video popped up. They're like, this was a Super Bowl halftime show for sure. And here's the video to prove it. And I was like, yes, it was real. And it is gnarly. Has not aged particularly well.
Oh, really?
Some of the choreo just itself looks a little like, I don't know, the 90s, you know? I'm like, I need a little thrill in this. This is it's not doing it for me. But I was like, I was glad to know that I was my memory was solid, you know, that it actually occurred.
Man. Yeah, well, I'll suffer some crowds. We can experience at least Star Wars Land. Let us know if you've been to Star Wars Land in the comments, if it's worth it, if it was a good time. I've only heard people having a good time there. I am just very averse to like being in crowds
it's the crowds and the masses of people that really I'm not interested in. Maybe the cargo bay, maybe we can rent out Disney for any event.
Yeah, no problem. We'll drop the Patreon link in the comments, and it's $1,000 membership tier where we'll send you a postcard from our time having rented out Star Wars Land.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, and I do truly love this photograph, and I love how uncomfortable everyone looks. Like everyone's sitting in a way to like counteract their horrible clothing that's starched to hell.
Yeah. It seems like a very quiet room, and it seems like a very sad room.
Yeah, but you got that nice little tinkle of the fountain. That is a killer fountain.
The fountain does rule. You know, there's a boatload of pennies in there too.
Yeah,
love it. Love a good fountain where you could just toss your change into.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I remember there was a mall in Hot Springs that had a beautiful penny fountain. You remember that mall? It's the only one I remember that had big fountains. Every so often there would be a little area like this, and it had a big spraying fountain. I thought it was so freaking cool to have those water features on the inside.
Sadly, I do not, but I do love a nice indoor water feature. That's something a lot of people don't know about me. Put it up there on the internet for everybody.
You think we can afford one someday, BC? For our studio? Well, we have the studio. I think it should be 80% water feature.
It's going to be
great for recording.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of water feature. It's going to be a lot dampen the waterfall sound that we've got.
I
think we might be able to even like source some of that Waterworld stunt show, like any like extra pieces that they might have.
Yeah, it's just going to be damp foam around.
I'd be like at a certain point,
water.
They're gonna have like a fire sale, and like, you know, we've got to liquidate the assets of the Waterworld stunt show, and we are going to be there ready to bend.
Oh, God, I hope not. It is insane that a failure of a movie still has a running stunt show.
Is it a failure of a movie if the stunt show is still crushing ass, though?
It was very good.
Did you have Kevin Costner? Well done, Kevin Costner.
All right, I guess we'll exit the smoking lounge at this point.
we can exit the smoking lounge. To the set that really sparked the idea of the smoking lounge. These beautiful Throwback Thursdays. What a set!
Yeah.
The next two slides are the most recent Throwback Thursdays. You got a beautiful Mace Windu, Amidala, and Jar Jar Binks in the Pall Mall. And then you got just a sick Palpatine.
I love that card.
Obi-Wan, and the Sebulba might take the cake for me.
It's all of these images, minus maybe, really the Sebulba and the Palpatine is what I'm talking. These are great images. These are stills of moments that aren't held very long on screen, allowing us to really take in the costumes and the CG.
Man, that Palpatine costume is really nice.
Yeah. Ooh, that thing looks hot.
Yes,
Hot,
it
hot, hot,
it
hot.
does not look comfortable. But here's the good news: they were filming in a blue room that probably had air conditioning 65.
Yeah, probably true. I
Yep.
really wish this Palpatine existed when I got my Ian McDiarmid autograph.
Would
Because
have been a good one.
yeah, a nice white like paint marker
Mhm.
on that
On the
card.
cloak,
Yeah,
right across the chest.
and
Would have been good. Would have been good.
good cards. I like it. Good job. I'm looking forward to see what they do next. We're probably getting toward the end of the cigarette pack run.
I think we are. Yeah. So it will be interesting to see. Do they do an episode 2 style?
You know, I love
Whatever they
episode
do,
2 merch.
whatever they do, and we know that Topps has been, these were basically ideas stolen directly from us, which is fine.
Yep.
We're cool with that. But keep this going. Keep the film font on the card. Stay away from the home planets.
Yes.
Get out of here with that. They're not baseball players. They're in a movie.
Yeah,
Stick
and
that
even
text
if they
on there.
were baseball players, it would be like so and so, St. Louis Cardinals, and instead of St. Louis Cardinals, it would say like Oklahoma City or whatever. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But this is great. I love it. I love
Beautiful
it,
set.
BC.
It's a beautiful set. And
Here's our living set cards.
we got Gar Saxon from Rebels and Magistrate Beth, of course, a Mandalorian card here.
Yeah, that spear.
Nice likenesses. Rest in peace to the spear.
Yeah,
truly one of the great losses that I think the Mandalorian has taken.
To make a Frodo shirt, to make a little mithril coat that is now covered by a giant medallion instead of a helmet. I do not like Grogu's armor. I liked when Mando had one of my favorite forms of weapon, of course, the spear.
Yeah.
That was such a cool thing. But
well. We'll see how Grogu's armor progresses and what it's going to look like when they finally get tile head and big ass ears and a helmet.
Yeah, we need those ear cutouts
in the feature film, whenever that happens.
Someone is playing, and
you want to go hop out there with them?
No,
see what's going on?
No, I don't really want to get my ass beat by someone
today.
who's clanging.
Not
stuff
today.
Out there. I did see that this actor who plays Morgan Elsbeth basically has a blank IMDb and tell this character like it's someone who had been a working actor for their entire lives and had basically not done anything big at all and then got this role. Anyway, she's a huge fan of that happening to her, and that's always a cool story.
I mean, with the con circuit, she probably doesn't ever have to work again in her life.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm going to be curious to see what a Star Wars con looks like in 20 years. Who knows? Always curious about the strength of the Star Wars brand, BC. How long can it keep on chugging? We got a movie coming out sometime.
Ooh, we'll see. We shall see.
We're just waiting for Skeleton Crew. I almost called it Bone Squad.
We're waiting for the Bone Squad. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, we're big Skeleton Crew fans here, so much so that we created an alternate title, which is the Bone Squad. And we're freaking jacked out of our minds to see Jude Law and a bunch of kids in a Star Wars. That being said, it could be good.
It could be.
It could be good. It could be good. It might be good.
I also I also have been listening to the final or the third High Republic book, BC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get on that.
I don't know. It is. I like the last one a lot better, but it's one of those things where it's like, man, we're spending a lot of time acting like we're warming this thing up. We're 3 books in, baby. Like, give me
cook.
Give me the sauce. I'm not here for more internal monologues about how things are dire. I got it.
I get it. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Gar Saxon, eh?
Look at the schnoz on Gar Saxon.
Yeah, it's a good nose.
It is.
Who does Gar Saxon look like? Gar Saxon looks like someone. Oh well, this is not good content. Moving on.
Let's silently sit here and try to figure it out for a few minutes. Hey, if you know who Gar Saxon looks like, drop it in the comment below. With that, let's work towards a classic cargo bay smooth exit.
Right. Well, like and subscribe.
That's what the doc has. That's it. You got some Bad Batch talk. You got the smoking lounge. What more could you really want out of a cargo bay episode?
I don't think I can do any better. And you built the document completely.
I know I can't do any better.
Oh, if I could go back in time, I would go back to the comment section and point out that you did the nice touch of adding the drop shadow to all those comments. That's really obnoxious to do in Google Docs. So shout out to BC for keeping the show together.
Love a good drop shadow.
It's the only reason it exists right now.
Learned everything I know about drop shadows from you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Anything else, BC?
Hey, if you're still here, smash the like button. If you're new here, smash it. Destroy the subscribe button, because we're going to be bringing you semi-regular content that is as good or less than this has been.
Yes.
We are the Cargo Bay. We appreciate you checking us out. Let us know how we can do better down in the comments below, because we really don't know anymore. This is it. This is what you get when you come to the Cargo Bay.
Should we have an episode 200 special where it's just roasts? It's a roast special.
Where we just read every negative thing that's ever been.
Yeah. Actually, don't do that. I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can.
My fragile ego will not be able to sustain those blows. So only leave nice things in the comments. Don't give us any constructive criticism. Just tell us we're doing a great job and keep on going. And with that, I think I'm out of words. The doc the doc has ended for me, so I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, I'm ready at your command, BC.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Shoo.
Beautiful.